Hello, everyone, and a heartfelt welcome. In this video lecture, I will discuss the topic, concept of pedagogy and pedagogical analysis and its various stages. Let us try to understand what is pedagogy. Pedagogy refers to the theory and practice of education, encompassing the methods, strategies, and principles used to teach, instruct, and guide learners. It involves the study of how knowledge and skills are imparted to students and the overarching philosophy behind the teaching-learning process. The term pedagogy is derived from the Greek words ped, meaning child, and agogos, meaning leading, highlighting its historical association with the education of children. In contemporary usage, pedagogy extends to all levels of education, including formal classroom settings, online learning environments, and informal educational settings. Example: consider a high school science teacher who employs hands-on experiments, group discussions, and multimedia presentations to teach complex scientific concepts. This teacher's pedagogy is not just about delivering facts, but also about creating an engaging and interactive learning environment that fosters critical thinking and curiosity. Key principles in pedagogy. 1. Student-centered approach emphasizes the active involvement of students in the learning process, recognizing their diverse backgrounds, experiences, and learning styles. 2. Constructivism views learning as an active process where students construct knowledge based on their experiences, prior knowledge, and interactions with the environment. 3. Scaffolding involves providing support and guidance to learners as they progress through challenging tasks, gradually reducing assistance as their understanding deepens. 4. Assessment for learning emphasizes using assessments not only for grading but also as tools for understanding student progress and informing instructional decisions. Now let me discuss what is pedagogical analysis. Pedagogical analysis involves a systematic examination and evaluation of teaching methods and strategies to enhance instructional effectiveness. It aims to understand how specific instructional approaches align with educational objectives and the diverse needs of learners. The process of pedagogical analysis includes assessing the appropriateness of teaching techniques, the alignment of instructional materials with learning objectives, and the effectiveness of assessment methods engaging student understanding. Example: consider a science teacher who identifies the learning objective of helping students understand the scientific method. In the pedagogical analysis, the teacher might choose a strategy that involves conducting experiments collaboratively in the classroom. The instructional materials could include lab equipment, written procedures, and visual aids. After the implementation, assessment methods such as a lab report and a class discussion are used to evaluate student understanding. The teacher reflects on the effectiveness of the strategy, considering student engagement and comprehension, and makes adjustments for future lessons. Stages of pedagogical analysis. 1. Identification of learning objectives. The analysis begins with a clear identification of learning objectives. These objectives define what students are expected to know, understand, or be able to do after a particular instructional session. They serve as the foundation for selecting appropriate teaching methods and assessment strategies. 2. Selection of teaching strategies. Pedagogical analysis involves choosing teaching strategies that align with the identified learning objectives. This includes deciding on the format of instructional delivery, such as lectures, discussions, group activities, or hands-on experiences. The selection is informed by the nature of the content, the preferences of learners, and the educational context. 3. Development of instructional materials. The creation and selection of instructional materials are crucial in pedagogical analysis. This stage involves designing or choosing materials that support the chosen teaching strategies and cater to diverse learning styles. These materials may include textbooks, multimedia presentations, handouts, or interactive online resources. 4. Implementation of instruction. The chosen teaching strategies and materials are put into practice during the instructional phase. This stage focuses on delivering content in a manner that engages learners and facilitates the achievement of learning objectives. Effective communication, adaptability to student needs, and creating a conducive learning environment are key considerations. 5. Assessment and evaluation. Pedagogical analysis includes assessing and evaluating student learning. This stage involves selecting appropriate assessment methods, such as quizzes, exams, projects, or presentations, to measure the extent to which students have achieved the learning objectives. Feedback from assessments informs instructional adjustments and improvements. 6. Reflection and iteration. Continuous improvement is a central aspect of pedagogical analysis. Educators engage in reflection to assess the effectiveness of their teaching methods and the impact on student learning. Based on this reflection, adjustments are made to teaching strategies, materials, and assessments for subsequent instructional sessions. Key components of pedagogical analysis. 1. Learning objectives identification. The process begins with a clear identification of learning objectives. These objectives define what students are expected to know, understand, or be able to do after a particular instructional session. They serve as the foundation for selecting appropriate teaching methods and assessment strategies. 2. Selection of teaching strategies. Pedagogical analysis involves choosing teaching strategies that align with the identified learning objectives. For example, if the objective is to enhance problem-solving skills, the analysis may involve selecting strategies that promote critical thinking and application of knowledge. 3. Development of instructional materials. This stage involves creating or selecting instructional materials that support the chosen teaching strategies. Whether it's textbooks, multimedia presentations, simulations, or hands-on activities, these materials are designed to engage learners and facilitate the achievement of learning objectives. 4. Implementation of instruction. The chosen teaching strategies and materials are then implemented during the instructional phase. This stage focuses on delivering content in a manner that engages learners, encourages participation, and facilitates a deep understanding of the subject matter. 5. Assessment and evaluation. Pedagogical analysis includes the selection of appropriate assessment methods to measure the extent to which students have achieved the learning objectives. This could involve quizzes, exams, projects, or presentations. The evaluation results provide feedback to adjust instructional strategies. 6. Reflection and iteration. Continuous reflection is a vital aspect of pedagogical analysis. Educators assess the effectiveness of their teaching methods, considering factors such as student engagement, comprehension, and overall learning experience. Based on this reflection, adjustments are made to teaching strategies, materials, and assessments for subsequent instructional sessions. Thank you, everyone. If you're passionate about education and teacher training, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel Education and Teacher Education at Shokeen Bilal.